Hello ladies, today we are doing one of my favorite videos on the channel. It's been a while. We are talking 10 things that women do that make men absolutely obsessed. If you are new here, of course this is Get 'em Girl, a girl's guide to relationships, femininity, dating, polarity, and attraction. And y'all, we are about to get into some things because I want to approach this a little bit differently. We always talk about how newness is a thing and how men just want someone new and all of that. But sometimes when we are freshly dating someone or when we are in a new relationship, there's things that we do as women that kind of drive his attraction towards us, and we stop doing them over time. So today I want to talk about those things that add to that attraction and that newness so that we can start to implement them back into our relationships. Okay, ladies? So without further ado, let's just go ahead and hop into our list. So first things first, of course, I have to lay the foundation and tell you, you absolutely have to have a life, and you have to have a life that seems exciting for him to be invited into, okay? It cannot revolve around him, but he can be invited into this life, okay? So basically, you're creating a world where you're excited to see him, but you aren't necessarily waiting by the phone for him to call or text you, right? So this means that you have to have a life where you already have plans outside of him. You have friends and hobbies that you're interested in outside of him, some things that take you away from just sitting by the phone. You have to be able to have a emotional world outside of him and relationships and people that you have conversations with outside of him as well, okay? When you are not depending on one person for everything and you start to create a life outside of this person, when they're invited in, it's a fun whole new world. It gives them something to experience about you. And men enjoy feeling chosen and not like they're being assigned to different duties and different tasks in your life because you didn't have it before him. Right, ladies? So starting out, before we get into all of the other things, this is the foundation. You have to start with this, and this kind of spawns into all of the other things that we're going to be talking about. Number two, she allows him to learn about her in layers. Sometimes this is where we mess up because we go on a date, we get 2 or 3 dates under our belt, and he knows everything there is to know about us. He knows everything, okay? But the woman who has a man who is obsessed with her, she always allows there to be something else that he learns about her. Not that she's hiding, but she discloses when the time is right. There's always something new that he's finding out about her. For example, he may find out that she has a hobby that maybe she likes to paint. He's like, I didn't even know you painted, right? Why don't I know this? Well, it never came up, until now. There's random things that she can introduce him to about her, and it always feels like he's just kind of peeling open the onion, peeling the layers off of an onion, growing and getting to know her deeper and deeper because she gives it to him in layers. She has opinions that he didn't expect. She likes things that he didn't expect. She has frequent spots and cafes and things that she can introduce him to that he didn't know about, that he didn't expect her to know about, right? Because sometimes in our familiarity with a person, we can grow very predictable and we start to treat them as if there is nothing else they need to know about us, right? But there's always something for us to be letting them learn about us because we're ever evolving, we're ever growing. There's always something new with the feminine woman because she's always developing, right? And so letting men find out about who you are in layers is beautiful. It's like a journey, right? It's a journey of getting close to you instead of laying everything out on the table when y'all are just freshly dating. Number three, she treats dating like an experience that she enjoys. Ladies, I know a lot of you say that you hate dating and all of these things, but I think a part of that is because sometimes we go into dating with a checklist and we're ready to interview. And I urge you to start to treat dating as if it's a hobby. Treat dating as if it's an experience that you're giving to yourself to have fun rather than just going in with your interview questions. It is important to know what it is that you want in a man when you are doing this, because you do want to make sure that naturally, as you're having fun in this experience, he is meeting certain requirements. So that's important for you to know, right? But in the actual experience of dating, when he's getting to know you and y'all getting to know each other, you should be able to have fun as you are learning these things, okay? So being able to discover him rather than sit down and evaluate his every word and interview him is going to come a lot better to a lot of you ladies, and you will start to enjoy dating a lot more if you just had fun with it, okay? It is for you to know your standard and for him to try to meet that standard, but it's not for you to interview him. So ask playful questions. Everything does not have to be serious. You can laugh at some of the things he says. You can flirt if he flirts with you, okay? You can be present and be girly and be feminine, and you don't have to rush future conversations. On a first date, you don't have to ask that man how many kids does he want. You know, it's not necessary at that time. There is a time and place for that conversation. But when you come with those future conversations on a first date, it's like, dang, just get to know if you even like the person first. Then after you get to know if you even like him as a person, you can start to find out other things about him. But when you come with those questions before you even know if you like the man, it does give interview. Okay, ladies. So let dates start to feel light. Let dates start to feel fun. Find a way in your own feminine way to get the answers to your questions without sitting down and it's feeling like you are evaluating and analyzing him. So treat dating like an experience that you actually want to enjoy. Okay, ladies, instead of, hey, this strict checklist that I'm going to outright ask him everything and he needs to give me the right answer or he's never going to see me again. That's why you don't like it, because interviews aren't fun in general. Job interviews are not fun. Interviews for anything are not fun. So if you are dating and you are treating your dates like interviews, they're still not going to be fun, ladies. Okay, so go ahead and start to treat it like an experience that you want to enjoy, an experience that he can enjoy. And you have to know your standard so that as you are having fun with him, you are getting your questions answered and you can take that info and do with it what you must. Number 4, she creates positive emotional associations. And ladies, I urge you to do this on purpose. Do it on purpose. They can say manipulation and no. You want to be associated with positive emotion when it comes to men you are dating. Okay. And so when you see him, you should be wanting to make it feel good to be around you. You want that association of when I'm around her, it just feels good. Like I can sink into just being a man. I can actually just enjoy the time. Everything else stops. It's okay to on purpose let a person feel good around you. It's okay. I know we want to give them a hard time. I get it. And sometimes you should give them a hard time. But also, we do want to create positive emotional association. You see that man, and he should see a smile spread across your face. At some point, he should say, she smiles every time she sees me. Be warm, okay? When you greet him, I'm not going to tell mine because I don't want nobody biting my style. Listen, ladies, find your own personal way to greet your man when you see him so that he says, she does that. If someone else tried to do it, he would automatically think of you. Let it be where you have your special greeting, your thing you say, your way you hug him, your way you approach him when you're about to hug him. Have your own personal thing that you do when you are greeting him so that he says, this is specifically her. If someone's seen you do it and then they tried to do it, he would still think of you. Positive emotional association. Leave the conversations with him lighter. If he hadn't done anything wrong, y'all haven't fallen out about anything, when the conversation ends, let it end on a light note. Let it end on a good note. Let it end on something that makes him say, dang, now after that, I kind of want to stay a little bit longer, right? Let things feel good sometimes, okay? It don't have to always be so strict, ladies. Now, we want to be strict, okay? But we also want him to experience positive emotion when he thinks about being around us, let alone being actually around us, okay? So that he can start to crave your company, because he feels really good knowing that he just experienced probably the high point of his day once he leaves you. We want to do it on purpose, ladies. On purpose, we want him to feel good. On purpose, we want to be the highlight, okay? And so when he leaves, he still has it on his mind. Number 5, which is so important because we absolutely do this in the beginning and sometimes it fades, okay? She genuinely enjoys his pursuit. And I have talked about reward system on the channel before, but as a refresher, because it's been a while, what I mean is she allows him to experience the reward of making her happy. Sometimes we get deep into our relationships and the man is doing the things and he's trying to make you happy and you just used to it and you just going and trucking along and you're like, oh, thanks. He's doing the right things, but, you just kind of get into I don't know, you just kind of get into the mode of every day is every day, and you're just going and you're not recognizing his different little opportunities he's trying to create to make you happy, and you just going and you're okay, thanks, hey, appreciate you, and you go on, but he doesn't get the reward of really just seeing you be excited about it or really just seeing you be happy about it, really you kind of embracing him because he has done something right. And so we want to let him know that yes, we are genuinely enjoying your pursuit of our happiness. So she appreciates the thoughtful dates and the things that he plans for her. She thanks him sincerely for those things. She notices his little efforts, okay? And ladies, there's a way to notice it. I want y'all to get out of the habit of saying, oh, you didn't have to do that. Because sometimes we say that and we think that's our way of letting him see that we acknowledge what he did, that he didn't have to do it. But I don't want y'all to do it like that. If you're going to notice his efforts, you can notice he did something and you can be like, I absolutely love that you did that. Oh my gosh, that was amazing. You don't tell him that he didn't have to do it. Don't tell him that he didn't have to do it. I want y'all to find a different way of noticing effort, because I think that's where we get lost sometimes. It's not that y'all don't want him to do it or that he didn't have to do it. I think y'all are trying to let him know that it's like, wow, you went above and beyond. But I want you to change your wording, because sometimes that gets lost in translation and he like, oh, I didn't have to do it. So find a different way to notice effort, okay? Also, don't be so impossible to impress. Don't be impossible to impress. We don't want to be easy to impress to where, like I said before, we don't want to act out of character and act like we haven't had anything. But we also still want to be the woman who flows and reacts to things that are done for us. Okay, so if he does do something and you are genuinely impressed by it and it really is a thing, then it's okay to let him know that you appreciate it and you are impressed by it, okay? Don't get impressed by little stupid stuff, ladies. I'm going to be honest with you. But when it is something that has impressed you, it's okay to acknowledge that and let him know that you see that, okay? Appreciation really does encourage investment when it comes to men. You think that you have to do something a lot of times, and if I give him this, then he'll understand that I want him to get, no. A lot of times, men love a reward system so much that all you have to do is appreciate them, and that encourages them to do more and more and more. Okay, they just like to be talked up. They like to be appreciated. They like gratitude. They love those things. And if he is doing the things, appreciation goes a really long way. Number 6, she maintains a little bit of mystery. And oh my gosh, ladies, I'm not saying keep secrets. I'm not saying keep secrets. What I'm saying is when a woman has a full life, even if she has a man in the picture, sometimes she gets caught up in her life to where he may not know every single thing that she's doing all throughout the day. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes she may get a text from her nail lady or her esthetician and is like, I got a slot open right now if you can come right now. Ladies, sometimes you rush to that appointment and you forget to let him know that you're going to an appointment, and he has to wonder a little bit, oh, where is she? And then when you finally reach out to him, you're like, oh my gosh, my esthetician reached out to me and I had to go ahead and get over there. Sorry. It's okay to get a little bit caught up in your own life, because that creates mystery. That creates something to where he don't know the exact timeline that you are on all day long, and it prevents that predictability and that, I'm gonna be honest, slightly boring feeling of things just being so mundane. She leaves room for there to be a conversation about what she could have been doing. Not that you up to anything crazy, but it's good to get lost in your own thing sometimes. It's exciting, okay? And that other person does still get excitement for it because they have curiosity. Curiosity is exciting. Ladies, curiosity is romantic. Anticipation is exciting. It's romantic. It keeps attraction alive. So allowing yourself, yes, to get sometimes caught up in your own things to where it naturally creates this mystery of what's going on. What is she doing? She always into something. I don't know what she's up to right now. She doesn't have to narrate every single moment of her life. She doesn't have to narrate every single moment of her day to him. Sometimes she just gets caught up in her own stuff. So that's what I mean, ladies, when I'm telling you to maintain some mystery for yourself. I'm not saying, hey, keep secrets and don't tell him things that he needs to know. If you're going to go somewhere and it's a little bit iffy and you don't know your surroundings, tell that man where you're going. So he can come get you if he needs to. But in the situations where it's like, you run into a nail appointment, or you wanted to pop into a store, or, you just doing little things for yourself and you are in a safe space and you know where you are and all that, you don't have to narrate everything to him. Okay. Maintain a little bit of mystery for yourself. Number 7, which sounds small, but it's actually a big thing, because when we as women experience changes in our immediate circle, we kind of fall off of this. She takes care of herself because she enjoys it, right? Sometimes you get into a new relationship, it gets comfortable. You're kind of seeing each other regularly. You don't feel the need to, zhuzh it up and impress as much. I urge you to take care of yourself because you enjoy it. I urge you to still do the things because those are things that you enjoy doing even before you met him. Your glow, your looks are not only for him. He enjoys the benefit of them. He does enjoy the benefit of them. And I'm sorry, ladies, men do love a woman that keeps stepping it up even when they're dating, even when they're deep in relationship. He don't want to see you fall off in reality either. Not a masculine man, okay? But the way that you do that is to not make your looks about him. It does not matter if y'all are getting to a point where y'all are very familiar with each other. Your looks don't depend on where y'all are in y'all's relationship. Your looks depend on the fact that you like taking care of yourself and you do it because you enjoy it. Okay, so no matter what happens in the relationship, you still enjoy that thing. So you're still going to do that thing, right? You get your hair done because you love it. You don't get your hair done because you're going to see him. Right? You get your hair done because you love getting your hair done. And even once you're in relationship, you still get your hair done. Why? Because it doesn't matter that he sees you wake up with your hair all over your head. It don't matter. I like getting my hair done. Right? So I'm going to go and still get my hair done regardless of the fact that you've seen it all over my head. Regardless of the fact that that's what you're willing to accept, I'm still going to go get my hair done. Your perfume smelling good. It does not matter that y'all have become familiar with each other and he smelled you fresh off of a run one day. It don't matter. You still wear your perfume and your smell goods and you do your hygiene routine because it's a part of you. It's a part of your identity. It does not stop because y'all become familiar, is what I'm saying, ladies. Take care of yourself because you take care of yourself, period. It's not for him. Okay. And so that way you prevent the thing that happens where when the relationship is going really good, you don't feel the need to do the things because y'all just feel safe together. I love it. Feel safe together. That's beautiful. Take care of yourself. Okay. Still take care of yourself. He should be thinking in his head, dang, most women would have just kind of got into some sweats and da-da-da-da-da. She just keeps it up. She never stops. No, she love it. She's not going to stop. She loves doing this thing. Never take your foot off of his neck. Okay? Never take your foot off of his neck. Keep doing the things for yourself that you love to do because you enjoy it. It's for you ultimately. He benefits from it, but it's for you. And quite frankly, confidence is attractive. Confidence is attractive. And if you feel like I'll put it this way. You'll have more of a chance losing a spark in your relationship when you stop taking care of yourself than if you did. If you are one of those people who always feel like the spark dies and all that kind of stuff, do you think you stopping taking care of yourself helps that? Or do you think you being the woman that he met and that he fell in love with and maintaining that is actually going to help you keep that? Right, ladies? It's not for him, but he gets the benefit of it. Take care of yourself because you love it. And because you love it, you won't stop doing it. Number 8, which is a biggie, she keeps flirting even after he likes her. She keeps flirting. She keeps being playful. She keeps the zhuzhiness. She keeps those things going. Even once they're comfortable, they can walk into a room together and she gonna say something sly to him. She's still going to react when he says something quite sly to her, right? Sometimes we get so into it and we get comfortable and we get familiar and he says something and she's like, stop it. Not right now. Ladies, respond to that playfulness. Respond to that flirt. And you also keep that going. Keep that going. That's where the inside jokes come in. That's where the eye contact comes in. If you see those couples and you like, they definitely finna go home and mess around. And it's because they're doing this flirting thing back and forth, but you find out that they've been together 5-10 years. And you're like, y'all still doing this? Yes. Yes, we're still doing it. We're not going to stop doing it. Keep the flirt alive. People should feel like when they leave y'all alone together by yourself, that it could go down at any moment. Don't let it die. Keep being playful, keep your banter, keep your flirt, keep your sweet text, keep touching his arm, compliment him, make eye contact with him, do those things that you know that you started doing when y'all were dating. Keep those things alive even going forward. They don't die off. We just get lazy with it. Number 9, and I feel like feminine women just do this so well. She makes ordinary moments feel romantic. She makes ordinary moments feel romantic. It doesn't have to be a special occasion. It doesn't even have to be a vacation. He can come in and she's cooking. And you think, oh, that's normal for him to come in and his wife is cooking. He's coming in, she's cooking. She's got music playing. She's got a backless sundress on. She smell good. How many men are walking into that? Do you get what I'm saying, ladies? Ordinary moments feel romantic. Ordinary moments just have something whimsical about them. Candles, making coffee together, walking after y'all just have eaten dinner. She makes these ordinary times feel slightly whimsical, slightly more romantic than just average, okay? Those small things that she does become the things that kind of he remembers. It gets stuck in his brain. It's like, she did that. She always did this specific thing. Why? Because it's different than what most people do. Most people, I'm sorry, most women that's not like focused on their femininity, he come home, she cooking, but she's also rushing and she talking loud, get out the kitchen and all of that kind of stuff. A feminine woman knows how to take those moments and she makes them feminine. She makes them soft. She makes them sexy. She makes them a moment. She makes them something where he can actually recall it. Like, you remember that time when you were cooking and I came in and you had that backless sundress on? It's okay to make those moments feel romantic. Make it something he remembers. How many of his coworkers are coming home to their wife doing that? Right? How many of his boys are coming home to a wife that's given that atmosphere when he steps in the door? You got to think about the fact that this stuff is actually pretty rare. It sounds very common. It sounds very cliche to be doing some of this stuff, but I'm telling you, it's not. The girls are not doing this anymore. Okay? So it's actually more rare than what you think. But the feminine woman knows how to make everyday life feel like it's somewhere that he wants to be. And number 10, which is another biggie, she protects the peace around them. Ladies, I know that the toxicity thing seems fun and I'm up and I'm down and I'm like a bum and I can go off at any moment. I get it. And there's an element of that holds true. However, there is a way to do it that is more feminine. She's not going to create unnecessary emotional storms to try to keep their attraction alive. You don't have to create chaos to keep attraction alive. The reason that toxicity and that emotional chaos seems fun is because it's unpredictable. But you can create unpredictability in your relationships in different ways, okay? You can create unpredictability in your schedule. You can create unpredictability in the time frames where he can reach out to you. You can create unpredictability in more healthy ways, okay? You don't have to create big emotional moments to create that unpredictability, because what you'll realize is if this does turn into a long-term relationship, y'all will have to heal from the wounds that those things create, okay? So still allow direct communication. Don't be testing him on purpose, okay? Have some direct communication. All that playing around and pretending that you around somebody and all that different kind of stuff that the girls be doing. Please stop it, okay? Don't manufacture jealousy. Stop trying to do it on purpose. Ladies, you are a feminine woman who looks good. When you walk out the door with him, he know you look good. Therefore, he knows other men think you look good. Stop trying to manufacture moments to try to make him jealous. If you're a woman who's taking care of yourself, you don't have to do that anyway. You're going to get your attention anyway, right? We as feminine women, we're not going to fake that. I see so many girls do that, try to create moments for him to be jealous so that they can get something out of him. If you really got it like that, you don't have to play, right? If you really have it like that, you don't have to create moments. You don't have to try to do something. It just happens naturally. And here's the thing. He will see other men taking like looks at you or peeks at you or whatever it is. He'll have his own little jealous moment and it'll have nothing to do with you. He can't get mad at you for anything. Right, ladies? Stop trying to create these toxic moments where you get somebody highly emotional on purpose. On purpose. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. It does not do anything long term. It creates issues long term, but it doesn't help you long term. Okay. And furthermore, when we're talking protecting his peace, people do things wrong, right? We do things wrong. We slip up because we are getting to know a new person. This is a whole different person with their own different opinions and their own different standards. And it's the same way from him to us, which means when we are addressing issues with him, there is a way to do that without attacking him. There is a way to do that without insulting his manhood. There is a way to do that without calling him out of his name. We have to know how to peacefully get our message across, because when you can peacefully get your message across, it gets across. Okay, he don't have to weed through the minutia of you calling him out of his name. He don't have to worry about getting caught up in that detail, and he can actually hear what it is that you're trying to say, right? Peace is attractive whether you know it or not. That's why the women like Erykah Badu, when those men were going into their relationship, they thought they was getting with, they thought they were getting some peace. Okay. That's why these women were so attractive to them. They're like, oh, she's spiritual, peaceful. Oh, and then they got into it and realized that it got crazy. But the reason they were attracted to it because there was a sense of peace around it. There was a sense of femininity around it. And that is attractive. Okay. I'm not saying you got to be all deep into it like that because they into some other things. However, what I'm saying is peace is attractive, deeply attractive. Okay. And it starts to feel emotionally safe. And when you're emotionally safe, all those other things get more fun to play with. Don't let emotions be the thing that you play with to try to have excitement in your relationships. Okay, ladies? So I hope that this list was helpful. I had so much fun making this video. I love these videos down, okay? Furthermore, I do want to address, ladies, I will be putting content into the members only slots. And the reason that I'm doing that, it's not that I want you ladies to have to just run and sign up for memberships. I promise it's not a money grab. But as the channel is growing, I'm noticing that the percentage of men viewership is starting to go up. And I've always told you ladies, by all means, protect the playbook, okay? There are some things that are meant for the women to know. There are some things that is meant for us to be able to discuss in confidence, and it ain't really meant for us to be discussing it around the men folks. And we love the men folks, we do, but some things are for the ladies. And so for me personally, as the channel grows, I want to take my own advice and also make sure that I'm not just putting the playbook out there either for the wrong people to be able to hear that and use it to their advantage. And I'm not by any means saying that the men on this channel are doing that, but I want to make sure that I am protecting the information that is meant for the ladies. And so on certain videos, if I do feel like, hey, this is just kind of one of those girl topics, this is what I need the girls to know, but it's not really meant for the men to be all up in this one, I will throw some of those videos into the members only tab. So if you are interested, go ahead and get you a membership. Like I said, that is what that will be for. No pressure. If you don't want to, you don't have to. I still have some old videos on the channel channel that discuss certain things that I really wanted to put in the members only, but I was like, well, I won't do them like that. If it's already been public, I'll leave some of the older videos. But going forward, there will be certain videos where we're talking about certain things like choosing men and all these different, things and standards that I feel like is for the ladies, and that will be in the members only tab. Okay, so I just wanted to alert you ladies. I've seen some of you have joined already. Thank you for that. But that's the kind of videos right now that will be going there. And then I'll kind of figure out how I want to go from there as far as exclusive content. Okay, ladies. So with that being said, I want to go ahead and hop into our scripture of the day. I'm not leaving you without giving you that. We're going to be in Philippians chapter 4, verse 5. Let your gentleness be known to all men. The Lord is at hand. Okay, ladies, I want to thank y'all again for tuning into another episode of Get 'em Girl. I hope that it was helpful, and I will see you ladies in the next one. Bye.